Today I'm so excited because we are going to create a handmade Christmas. This year I've already talked about creating that nostalgic, memorable Christmas that everybody wants, but today I'm going to take it a step farther and we're going to talk about how to create a handmade Christmas, but we're also going to talk about the fact that we don't have time to create all of our ornaments and our decor and our food from scratch. So today we're going to talk about how to get the handmade holiday, but in a way that is not going to make you feel overwhelmed and like you just have one more thing on your list. Now we're going to hit the ground running. I'm going to do a really fun book and paper craft to start us out. Now I snagged a couple of recycled library books from Goodwill for 50 cents each to do this project. I wanted something to add a little bit of interest and texture to our bookshelves. Addie and I did this project together. She did the simple cylinder fold and I worked on the more intricate fold. It was really easy. At first, when we first started, I thought, oh my goodness, this is gonna take literally forever. But it didn't. It only took about 40 minutes for each book, and it was time that we just got to spend chatting and relaxing and honestly just doing a little bit of a mindless task. Now, one of the reasons that people shy away from like the handmade holiday nostalgic feeling is because they don't have time, they don't think they have the skills, or they just don't have a teacher. And I have felt the very same way, not only as a mom who wants to bring these memorable experiences to her children, but also as somebody who is sharing these ideas with you. And this book folding technique is so fun and easy, and you can just really zen out and do a movie night while you're folding, or just have a conversation with your kids while you're folding. And it was just a really fun craft idea that's really cute. I found it on Craftsy, and I've talked about Craftsy in the past. Craftsy is an online experience for all things creative, and I'm so grateful that they're sponsoring today's video. They have so many classes to choose from, things like sewing or quilting, cake decorating, baking, cooking, crocheting, the arts with drawing and painting. And I found my paper art tutorial from Alton Dulaney, and he had a ton of different beautiful ideas that you can do paper crafts with. I also recently made some oatmeal chocolate chip cookies with Robin Miller. And this year, for the first time, I have set my daughter free on Craftsy to go find the things that she wants to do because she loves to bake. And so we bake together, but she also loves to do art. And so there are so many different classes that she can choose from as a preteen, somebody who loves to learn new things and prefers to do it online rather than an in-person class. And so she has had so much fun with Craftsy. Now, the best part about today is that I get to offer you one full year membership for $1.49. So make sure head to the link in my description. You'll get your first full year of Craftsy premium membership for $1.49. This is for new members only, but you will love it so much and have so much fun. $1.49 for the whole year. Now, one of the things that I really want to hit home on is that these don't need to be complicated crafts. You can grab an ugly old wreath or find one from a thrift store for a couple of dollars and spray paint it to get a whole new look and add a little bit of metallic sparkle, or you can just grab some ribbon. I have the last couple of years really leaned into ribbon. It seems so simple. It is not anything new. We've been using ribbons for decades, but the amount of color and interest that they can bring to our decor is actually really inspiring. So if you don't have time to really get the full effect of a fully handmade garland or a handmade craft that takes hours, just grab some ribbon and tie it onto a few different pieces of decor that you already own, and that really brings together the whole color scheme throughout your house. Next up, we're gonna make some orange slice garlands. This one's a little bit more labor intensive and time consuming, but it's actually really fun and would be really fun to do with kiddos too. I made mine years ago. You can see this is my last house, but I've been using the exact same orange garland for at least 3 years in a variety of different ways. Process is really easy. Basically, you just preheat your oven to 200. You slice the oranges very thin, about 1/8 of an inch. You lay them on a towel and press out any of that extra juice. And then you put them on parchment paper, arrange them in a single layer, and bake according to the thickness for maybe 4 hours if you're doing 1/4 of an inch, but 3 hours if you're doing 1/8 of an inch. So just kind of check them. Once they're fully dehydrated, you'll just loop them right onto some string or twine, and you can use them year after year after year. This next craft is really fun to do with kiddos, a little bit older kiddos because you are working with some hot glue. But basically, you just grab some bulk star anise. This is a spice for those who don't know. And it's this beautiful floral pattern, and you just hot glue each little individual seed pod onto a cutout piece of cardboard, or you can directly glue them piece to piece. But I found that to be a little bit more difficult than gluing it to the cardboard. The next craft that we're gonna do is a deconstructed thrift store wreath. I actually shared this a couple of years ago, but it's worth repeating. You can find really ugly wreaths at the thrift store, and then you can totally deconstruct them and remake them with picks or with stems or even with foraged items from your yard that you already own, and create a totally new wreath that is full and lush and beautiful and your specific style because you created it from a base that cost maybe $4 or $5 from the thrift store. This is really fun because you can also do this year after year and create something new from the same base. Next up, we're going to create a little moss bowl. This is one of my favorite pieces of decor because it's really cozy. It has a lot of natural elements in it, so it just feels very nostalgic and old-fashioned and kind of handmade because it is. All you do is layer in some candles, top it with some dried preserved moss, and then throw in some pine cones or really any other embellishments that you like that fits your style. I love using this all winter long as well for just a cozy little centerpiece, and you can add that beautiful cozy glow with your candles. Next, I want to hit on some handmade gifts. These are really easy. I don't like labor-intensive things, so you can actually make your own vanilla and give that to your friends and family. Just add some vanilla bean pods, vodka to the top, and label it. It has to soak for a month or two in order to get that full vanilla flavor, but that's a really fun and easy one. I also love doing lavender sachets. I used my Cricut to create some really cute little labels for the bags. You can put dried lavender right into these little tiny bags, and they smell wonderful, and they're great to put into bedroom drawers or in closets or just have out and about. I also do some lavender roller bottles, and all of these are very easy handmade gifts. I'll link up the original videos that these came from because it gives full tutorials, but you can just create these in maybe an hour. They don't take long. They're really special and personalized, and your friends and family are going to love the soothing effect that they bring. The homemade vanilla is really special and nostalgic and delicious and affordable, honestly, compared to buying it from the store. And so these are all just really easy gift ideas. Now, if you're not really a crafter, this is a great way to build a centerpiece. I just want to show you step by step what you're starting with: a basic foundation, a little elevated stand, drape some bells and some garland or an evergreen stem, and then just top with a couple of little trinkets, a candle, a tree, a deer antler, light it, and you have a beautiful centerpiece that took absolutely zero time to put together. This is another really easy option. It's not really crafting. It's just putting 3 candles inside of a wreath that you've already purchased, or you can just circle a garland around them, and they create a beautiful centerpiece with absolutely zero effort. Now, stars are a really fun way to bring some cozy glow into your home. I was a little ambitious with this one. I decided to create my own chandelier out of these mirrored stars that I got from at home maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I hot glued the tips together around the light bulb that was hanging from my pendant wire. And it did take a little bit of effort, trial and error, and it was a little delicate. And they did stay together, which I was actually surprised. They even stayed together when we moved and they were jostled around. So way to go, hot glue. I actually had a lot of fun making this, but it would be something that is actually really fun to do in a kid's room. And then you can just really elevate the glow with a couple little starburst ornaments hanging from the inside. And it's just a unique way to dress up maybe your existing pendant lights, or even putting it over a lamp and creating a cozy little glow that way. Next up, I want to showcase how easy it is to do some food that you're not really hand making, but it's gonna look like you put a ton of effort into it. That is 100% using charcuterie. Meats, cheeses, fruits, you can even throw some veggies in there, nuts, seeds, dried fruit, crackers, breads, dipping sauces, jams and jellies. It all is not really something that you have to make, you just more have to place it. And so throw a long runner over your countertop or over a table to dress it up a little bit, and then just strategically intersperse some candles within all of your food. And it looks really beautiful, but it really doesn't take much time at all to put together. And it's one of those meals where you can easily grab replenishment from the fridge, refill plates as they empty, and you're not slaving over a hot stove, unable to interact with your guests throughout the time that you're together. This has always been one of my favorite options for not just appetizers, but actual meals, because people fill up really easily on these types of foods, and it's fun to just kind of graze throughout the night. Now, I have a couple of other star ideas. I got these paper stars a couple of years ago, and if you just use some fishing line, they're really easy to attach and hang at varying heights to create kind of that starburst effect. You can put it over beds, you can put it in entryways. I loved the way that I used these in my last home over my entryway. It was just really magical. I put a little twinkle light situation in there, and they're really pretty to put together that way. Now, I hope that today's video was fun for you. I just really wanted this one to be fun. Grab some hot chocolate, turn on the Christmas music, turn on your favorite Christmas movie, and just have a fun time crafting and creating a handmade holiday. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week.